Guys, we're talking a lot about LSPs and MSPs that naturally lends itself to a hospitality environment or even an MDU environment. How do you guys see systems integrators or resellers potentially embracing Ruckus One who may not have that managed service practice? Who'd like to take that question? What's your advice for those folks?
Good question.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a couple of different, obviously we have a single user version of the Ruckus One platform. So if you are a small and medium business and you want to make sure that you're, maybe you have 3 restaurants in town and you want to make sure they're all managed appropriately and that you have 100% uptime for your critical applications like point of sale or something like that, you can manage them as a very small entity, very easy to get started, very easy to keep support on, see everything at the same time. You can move into the medium and larger enterprises. One thing that this cloud product is great for are things like bank branches or retail outlets or anything that's repeatable, but you don't want to send somebody all over the country to do installs, for instance. You put access points and switches in a box. You put the serial number into the Ruckus One venue that you build for that particular location, and you ship it. And the person on the other side takes it out of the box and hooks it to the cable modem or what have you, and they come online with their configuration. They'll upgrade their code. They'll drop kind of seamlessly right into the network. And then once they come online, the central administrator starts managing them. It becomes a very easy zero-touch and self-provisioning platform. And I think that takes a lot of the complication and a lot of the cost out of running a service business that may not be your main business. You own 10 gyms and you want to make sure they have quality, Wi-Fi for all the equipment, for instance, and it can't go down or else the videos don't work on the Peloton bikes, for instance, right? You want to make sure that is reliable, and the best way to do that is to make sure it's centrally driven. And this is a great product for that.
Yeah, and I think based on the innovations you guys have baked into the products, now is a better time than any. If you are in that reseller or integrator mode and you want to jump into the deep end of being a managed service provider, it's easier than ever now with push notifications. And Scott, you hit the nail on the head with the amount of cost you'd have to spin up a traditional MSP 10, 15 years ago. Hey, get your 24/7, 365 knock in place, have a dedicated brick and mortar, hire 5 people to sit and watch the phone. I mean, those days are gone, my friends. And Ruckus One can absolutely fit in that equation these days. Yeah.
Well, in addition to that, I mean, you add the injection of artificial intelligence right into the product, which Ruckus One has. Right now, you need less resources to help manage, identify issues, and keep that property going. So Ruckus One is really going to help the overall life cycle of a property. Right. Again, it really helps with the installation, cutting down time and effort that's needed, and then it also cuts down, what's actually needed to run that property going forward, and ensuring that there's always a fantastic connection between the Ruckus products that are on site and your end users, right? It's really that advanced piece that's going to be out there that is going to allow a smaller organization to feel deliver services like a bigger organization.